Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got the same setup with the generic Digital World playmat and the two decks that I made for me and my friend a while ago. We are going to look at the second Jumpstart Digimon deck that I had built. Something I want to point out, because I failed to mention in the last part, is that each of these I wanted to build with some kind of different mechanics between them. So whereas the last one was hybrid, this one's not hybrid. None of the other ones have hybrid in them. There are some that have some overlapping or just some shared ideas, but I tried to keep them as different as possible from one another just to make them more interesting. And another thing is that with the purple deck that I had built, I had accidentally added in some cards that weren't legal in there. There's a card in there that is purple and yellow. It shouldn't have been in there because I didn't realize you have to match both those colors to be able to use it. As well as there was a card on the restricted list where you could only have one copy of it. So I had built all these decks, looked at the ban list to make sure that these ones are completely legal. I wanted to be certain of that. And another thing is I tried to put no promos. So there's no promo cards in any of these. Initially, I tried to keep it to the main sets, but that didn't work. So I had to be like, okay, we can add EXs, we can add the LM, the RB in here if need be, but I don't want to put any promos in here because, again, I didn't want this. I wanted this to be kind of Jumpstart, where it's like this is a very easily accessible thing. So if someone else wanted to build something like this, they could do that. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at this one. And again, we've got two eggs. And these two are Kapurimon, whose inherited effect is your turn. While you have a tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. If this was a full deck, I probably would have chosen something else. But because every single deck's going to have 4 tamers in it, and because I can't rely on consistently doing those harder... what's the word for it? Goals, the harder goals. I can't really put those in there, so I have to choose easier ones to do. And that's why we went with this one, because it's a nice, easy one, where it's like, if you have a tamer in play, cool, that's going to happen. So then, we're getting to the 7 rookies. Starting off, we've got 4 copies of Bearmon. He has 3 play costs, 0 Digivolution costs, 2000 DP, no active effect, but an inherited effect of your turn once per turn. When this Digimon attack target is switched, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn. So pretty straightforward, and that's the kind of theme for this one, is switching the attack. As you'll see with the big guy of this set. Unfortunately, I couldn't find another rookie that really fit that, so instead, we went with 3 copies of Beomon from EX1, who is a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP, no active effect, but an inherited effect of when attacking once per turn. When this Digimon attacks a player, draw 1 card. So this is going to help us get more cards into our hand, because again, deck is split right down the middle between 2 colors that may not work together very well. So this will help us get some consistency in there. Now on to the 5 champions, and we start off with 3 copies of Grizzlymon. He is a 5 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP, has the raid ability. When this Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. Inherited effect, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon attacks target is switched, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP. So yes, it is 5000, but with Bearmon underneath, you can switch that attack target to the highest of theirs, make it 8000, and hopefully if this is happening early enough in the game, you'll be able to delete that one no problem. And then we've got 2 copies of Kokarimon, who is a 4 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP, active effect of jamming, no inherited effect. Now I know I could have put 4 copies of Grizzlymon in here, cut down on one of the Kokarimon, but again, these are meant to be jump starts. They're meant to be not optimized. as much as they could be, so it just makes sense to me to put 2 instead of 1 in the deck. Now we're getting on to the Ultimates, and we've got 3 copies of Grapple Leomon, who is a 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Again, has the raid ability, and the inherited effect of your turn once per turn. When this Digimon attack target is switched, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So again, with the raid, like, it goes from 7,000 to 13 if it's got both Bearmon and Grizzlymon underneath it. And that's, again, the kind of point of this deck. That is the theme. Then we got the Megas, and we have 2 copies of Marsmon, who's a 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Has the raid ability again. When Digivolving Blitz, if your opponent has 1 or more memory, this Digimon may attack. And your turn, once per turn, when one of your Digimon attack targets is switched, unsuspend this Digimon and gain 1 memory for each red tamer you have in play. So, that second part, you're going to probably gain 2 at most, because there's, unless like one of the other decks has a dual color tamer, which I think one of them does. I think one of them has a dual red something color tamer. But for the most part, you'll be getting max 2 memory off that. But it's really so you can attack with them, unsuspend, and then swing again. And because the attack target is switched, they go from a 12, if they both got the Bearmon and Grizzlymon, up to an 18. Now we get into the Tamers. Starting off with Tai, who is a 4 play cost. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or fewer memory, set it to 3. Your turn, all of your Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1. Security, play this card without paying the cost. This one, pretty self-explanatory, giving you that extra security attack. If you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. Like I said, all decks are going to have one of these Tamers in it. Yeah, so this one is just a staple to me, because without being able to play your big guys, you won't be able to do much. So just getting that 3 memory in case your hand gets bricked, because again, we are split between 2 colors. You're probably going to have to pay some of those higher costs. That's something you're going to have to do. So you may have to play this one out 4-7, in which case it goes from like your opponent giving you 1 to automatically going to 3, and then you giving them 4 instead of 6. So that to me is very important. And then the dual color we got is Bat and Sora. I thought this one might be another deck, but maybe the max you can get is just 2 memory. 4 play cost. Start of your main phase. If you have 8 or more cards in your hand, gain 1 memory. If your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, gain 1 memory. Your turn. When one of your blue or red Digimon becomes unsuspended, you may suspend this tamer to return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to the owner's hand. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So yeah, we can get ours unsuspended by Marsmon's ability. So we can suspend this one, pop one of theirs back to their hand, and this top ability, I don't like it in a normal deck. Like, having 8 cards in your hand, having 8 cards in the opponent's hand, that's putting a lot of trust that your opponent's going for that. But again, we've got split color decks. So that means that there could be some dead cards in your hand, or things you want to hold on to play when you can. Maybe you've completely bricked and you've got an entire red hand and you've got a green option card. You can't play that green option card. So that means that this is going to get you memory more often than it would in a normal deck, which is why it was put in here. Now on to the 6 option cards, starting out with 1 copy of A Delicate Plan. 1 cost, main, one of your Digimon gains security. Effects of option cards checked by this Digimon don't activate for the turn. Security, add this card to the hand. Self-explanatory, going with big beaters. If there's an option card that's going to destroy your strategy, this is a great card to kind of put it in. I didn't want to put multiple copies, like, I maybe put 2 copies of some in some decks, but I didn't want to go over that just because there's so few spaces for these that I wanted to kind of, again, build it like a Jumpstart so that there weren't 4 copies of one and then 1 copy of another. And then we got 2 copies of Rowdy Rocker, which, again, I don't go above this. I didn't go above 2 copies of any option card in any deck. This is a 2-cost main. You may place 1 red level 4 or lower Digimon card from your hand under one of your Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. If you do, trigger, draw 2 cards. Security, add this card to the owner's hand. This is a great way to, again, pump up. You can have Bearmon in hand, play this down, put underneath, get that extra attack power, and you get to draw 2 more cards. Very nice. And it also points out that this says you may place 1 red level 4 or lower Digimon card from your hand under one of your Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. It doesn't say that second one has to be red, which is a great way to where it's like, oh, I want to attack with my green guy, but he just doesn't have enough attack power to take out the opponents. Well, you put Bearmon underneath, you get the attack target switched somehow, it might just do it. Then, of course, we got the 1 copy of Red Memory Boost. Not going to go over that, because, again, we have seen it. We've got 1 copy of Flame Memory Boost. There's a couple decks which I put some extra memory boosts in. Didn't want to put too much, but where I just couldn't find anything else, I did give some extra to some others. This is a 3-cost main. One of your Digimon gains security attack plus 1 for the turn. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the owner's battle area. So you're paying 2 memory, or you're paying 3 memory to give something plus 1, but you're getting that 2 memory back later. So really, it's a 1 memory for security attack plus 1. And then the final card is Magma Bomb, which is a 6 play cost. When you would use this card, if you have a red tamer in play, reduce the cost by 1. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. Security, activate this card's main effect. So what I'm hoping with this one is that you can attack some of your opponent's lower ones, and then their bigger guys will be left on the field, and you can play this out and get rid of those guys off the field as well. But with that, we've looked at the second red deck. Let me know what you guys think. Is this one different enough from the hybrid one so that like they're not the same? Because that's what I'm going for. I'm not going for similar things. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, before we head out, let's open up another pack. And I have this official tournament pack 8. We got Tapermon, Vmon, Motimon, Pikmons, Patamon, and Agumon that we could get. As always, I would probably like Tapermon. Yeah, there's no other purples or blacks, which are the ones that I really like to play. Also, the white ones, those are nice. So yeah, that's what I would like. And we got Agumon. It's a very cute Agumon. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. No active effect, inherited effect of when attacking. When this Digimon attacks a player, it gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. And this is one from the starter deck. That was another thing. I tried to keep starter deck cards out of all these decks. One had to be put in, and I'll explain that one later. But yeah, I like this one's look a lot. Very cute. It's playing on trampoline. But with that, we've gone through the red decks. Join us next time, and we'll continue on with the blue ones. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. We upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.